All right, unique Mecca audio, man. I'm gonna tell you this one. This is when I first got locked up. This is back in mm, October 1994. I'm in Lewisburg. You think how old you was back in 1994? That's when I started the bid. I got to Lewisburg October 17th. Now I get to Lewisburg, and like I said, I'm on the compound. I'm chilling. I'm doing what I do. You know what I mean? So now, I'm feeling all fly. I'm still thinking I'm on the street. I ain't even realized I'm locked up yet. It took about a decade before I realized I was locked up. So you youngins in there, just letting you know you get stuck in time. That's what this one is about. Stuck in time in prison. Now I get to Lewisburg, and I get there. I hook up with my man Bounty and Youngie. I'm saying names because these official brothers, right? So I'm there, my man Bounty and Youngin, you know what I mean? Old Bedheart called his case out in Charlottesville, Virginia. Big shout out to Reds, called his case out there too. You know, but we out there, and they come bring this old head to me. And they like, yo, come on, we just gonna play along. I'm gonna show you how these niggas is stuck. I'm gonna show you how these dudes is stuck. This is what they telling me. You know what I mean? They yelling, I'm gonna show you how these dudes is stuck. So I'm not even really, paying it no mind. I don't know where they going with this yet. You know what I mean? So they telling me about the old head. So they say, yo, just play along, play along. So they tell the old head, yo, this my homie Unique. This my homie Unique. He was out there getting money. He was out there getting money. I'm gonna show you how they do. I'm gonna show you how they do. Show him some of them old pictures from when you was on the street. So the old head starts smiling. Yeah, yeah, he want to see the pictures. So they looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, I want to see the pictures. And we smile. We tell him, yeah, yeah. So he said, all right, I'm gonna go in and get my photo album. The man come out with a big laundry bag full of pictures. You know what I mean? And big photo albums. I mean, this big. The photo albums is huge. So he come out with the pictures, and he's showing me pictures with him with the Jerry curl. He from California, from up the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the Bay Area. So he come out there with this big ass photo album. He showed me all these pictures, and we look at the pictures, and he with Rolls Royces. He's with these girls, and you know what I mean? Women really, because he was an old head when he went in, like 38. And right now we're in our early 20s. I'm like 29 at the time. So he's showing us the pictures. We looking at the pictures and stuff, and we laughing, and we tell him, "Oh man, that shit is dope. That shit is dope." So they like, "Yo, show them the one such and such," and they picking out all these pictures that show that it was the 70s, and we talk about this is 93, so we talking about 25 years later. But the old man showing us the pictures, and he all excited, and he carried on, and he showing us the pictures, and he acting like everything is love, and we just laughing, and we carried on. We like, oh, he like, yo, show him this other picture, show him this other picture. So we look at the pictures, we laughing, and we tell man, them joints is hot, them joints is hot. Let me see some more, let me see some more. And he showed me the pictures, and he get geeked up, and he in a good mood, good spirit. He telling his little story, and we laughing and carrying on, and he laughing, and you know what I mean. But the whole point is, we was laughing at him, not with him. I know we was wrong, you know what I mean. But we just coming in, so we laughing at this old head, and he's showing us the pictures, and we laughing. I mean, we on the floor cracking up. We just had a visit, so we got our little weed in. We smoking the weed, and we high as hell, man. I mean, we twisted, but we laughing at him. He's showing us the pictures, and we just laughing and cracking up. So he showed us pictures for about 2 hours. We out there laughing, smoked another joint, got the high back on, and we doing our thing, and we just laughing at this old head. But the moral of the story is the old head thought that, you know, it was just yesterday. Like, he didn't realize that this is 1993, and them pictures is old pictures to us. That's like me showing you pictures from 93. But right now, y'all fascinated with the crack era. But picture somebody showing you some pictures, from the 80s where we wearing sheepskin coats and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, you're going to laugh and you're going to bug out on the way our jeans fit, the type of jeans we wear, the sneakers, how the B-boys look. You know what I mean? Even though y'all a little fascinated with it now, but you know how you'll laugh at that. So imagine a dude showing that, telling you how fly that is, and you looking at him like, man, this is 2022, man. You talking about 1980. You know what I mean? So we laughing and we carrying on with the old head. So as we going on, we just, so start cracking up. But now that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me because as I got into my bid now, because now let's fast forward to, let's say, even 99, 2000, not even 2000. Let's go to about 2010. By 2010, everybody done heard about me. I've been in different jails. They heard about Club 2000. They heard about all the pictures I got with the girls. So they want to see all that. So they want to see the little poom poom shorts they was wearing, things like that. So they like, yo, Unique, show us the pictures. Let's see the pictures. And the whole time, I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Because I'm thinking about how I laughed at the old head for showing me his old ass pictures, thinking they was new. You understand what I'm saying? Thinking it was yesterday. Not realizing that we laughing at these are some antique ass pictures, my G. You understand what I'm saying? And we in the yard, just like I'm sitting in the yard right now. We in the yard and everybody coming around telling me they want to see my pictures. And I had a photo album about this big, just like the old head out of leather case and all that. I still got that photo album. It's in storage. I'm gonna pull it out, let y'all see that one day. But the joint was literally about this thick, man. You know what I mean? It was crazy. But everybody used to want to see the pictures. So I only really let people see it that was from our era that would understand. When the youngins came on to see the pictures, I kept remembering the old head and how we laughed at him. And I always said, man, I ain't gonna be like the old head and get laughed at like that. Even though the crazy part is, back in 1994 when I got to Lewisburg, I never thought I would do 26 years. I'm thinking I'm gonna just beat my peel, go home. So I'm telling this to you youngins, don't think it's easy to get out of trouble. It's easy as hell to get into trouble, but hard as hell to get out of trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So I was thinking back then I was going to get out of it, but then come '99 and then 2000, I'm like, damn, them niggas still here. They done denied my two appeals. You know what I mean? So now I got another appeal coming up, and they just keep denying them. And dudes want to see my pictures, and years is going by, a decade don't went by. So by like 2010, when young dudes start talking about, man, I know about you, man. My aunt used to talk about you. My moms used to talk about you. My uncle talk about you. He said you had it going on. Let me see some pictures. And all I kept thinking about is this old head I used to laugh at. And I always said I ain't gonna be that old head getting laughed at. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be that old head. So, once in a while I bring out the pictures, you know what I mean? Go smoke a little weed, drink a little white lightning, and I reminisce where I'm enjoying myself. I don't care if they laughing at me or what they laughing at, I'm enjoying myself. And of course, we got a couple of old heads around us that I know appreciate the story. So that made up for the ones that I felt was laughing at me. But, decades slide by you, man, like it's nothing. I remember I watched a movie about Manigoat. Manigoat was a dude that played basketball real good in Harlem, and he started shooting dope, and he shot dope for like over 10 years. This dude used to be able to put a roll of quarters on the top of the wooden basketball in like Rucker Park or any basketball park in Harlem, and he could stand still, jump up, and scoop the quarters off in his hand in one whop. That's how vicious his vertical jump was. So I mentioned him because you know time got away from him. He went and you know he was shot dope for about 10 years. Then his mom's died, his aunt died, and everybody died. And then his sister went and got him, and they got him cleaned up, and he went into rehab. But when he came out to rehab, he asking about his mother, and the things he's saying was like yesterday, but he was talking about 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Before he started shooting dope, he's stuck in time where he didn't even realize that his mother died. He was shooting dope so much. That's how time fly on you. So I'm telling you, youngins, this it ain't worth it to go to jail because time gonna fly so fast. Your head gonna spin, and that's why a lot of people come out stuck like in the 90s. If they went in the 90s, they stuck in the 2000s. If they went in the 2000s, or they stuck in the 80s, they went in the 80s. So you can imagine what a dude feel like you know, that done been down, let's say 30, 40 years. You understand? And then here they go now, they coming out the jail. And you know what I mean? Everything out there changed. Like I said, when I went in, they just started getting the Motorola flip phone. Them joints was going for 3,200 back then. The little open them up, look like Scotty, beam them up Scotty joint from Star Trek. Them joints just came out, but they also still had the big G.I. Joe phones that you threw over your shoulder, you know what I mean? Like a purse with the big encyclopedia, battery pack. You know what I mean? That's what I left. And then I come home and they got this. Come on, man. They got this. Everything in the palm of your hand. You're doing your banking and everything off it. We never phantomed to be able to do all that with it. But that's how time went by on us. So then now, Manigo, he asked about his mother, and they said, yo, your mom's died 10 years ago. And he's like, what? He been shooting dope all that time. You know what I mean? That the 10 years went by like it was nothing. It's the same way like how we in prison doing time, playing basketball, watching sports, and focus on what's going on in the jail, not knowing what's going on the outside other than hearing that this one died, that one died. And after a decade, your family members stop even telling you who died unless you call when they died. You know what I mean? So if you don't call your aunt for 5 years and three other aunts and uncles died in between that, got shot, got killed, whatever happened, got hit by a car, had miscarriage, you know what I mean? Baby died, whatever. You don't know nothing about none of that because they're not even going to tell you about it. You know what I mean? Unless you call. It's not like they're going to pick up the pen and write and say, oh, such and such baby died. You know what I mean? Because they got their own life they living. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that about man ago, letting the time slip by is how we on the inside let the time slip by. Like when I told you when I went to ADX, man. When I went to ADX, I went there like 95, 90, January 96, but when I got there and then I came out, end of 99, um, it was like, you know, we went down a ramp to go in the basement, and when we went in the basement in the ramp, that's the same ramp you gotta and bus you gotta go in when you leave 4 or 5 years later. So when I get on the bus and I'm sitting there, it felt like I was just coming in. I couldn't remember what happened for the last 4 years. I couldn't remember what the hell happened for the last 4 years. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how time slipped by, you know? But then now it's like crazy because I come out of ADX and I'm gonna take you over to Allenwood. I'm just riding with you for a minute, so enjoy the ride. So I go over to Allenwood and I meet an old head, and the old head said, "Who was your judge?" I told him my judge. He said, "Man, that was my prosecutor, back in the early '70s, in the early '80s." And here it is. He became a judge in '93 to handle my case. A black dude was the first black judge in the Eastern District of Virginia. So he said, "Man, that was my prosecutor, man. He ain't no good, this and that." I said, "I know, he gave me life plus 20." And he's like, "Oh man." But the old head, now he got locked up in the early '80s, and this is like 99, 2000 when I run into him. So this is 18, 20 years later. So when I run into the old head, you know what I mean? He done been out 18 years, came in when he was 30 something years old. So now he an old man, his late 50s. And every day he walking with this big old thing under his arm, big plastic bag. I don't know what it is. But, I was a wild dude. I'm going to keep it 100. I used to tease him every time I see him every morning because he was old and he walked all slow. And I'm like, come on, old head, pick the pace up, man. You act like you dying, man. You know what I mean? And I got a reaction out of him for it. So I kept doing it. So I even stepped it up. Every morning I used to see him. I just say, damn, old head, you know what I mean? You still alive? You know what I mean? And I'm laughing like, damn, you made another day, you old bastard. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was a rude dude. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was out of control, man. But because at this time I'm still selling heroin, I don't even realize I'm in prison. I'm like, damn, old head, you still alive? And I did that every day. And then one day he walking down the walkway with his package under his arm. You know what I mean? Coming from medical. So I said, damn, old head, you over here moving on slow, holding up traffic, and I'm teasing them. That's what I used to do, just bother people to get a reaction. So um, I knocked the joint out his arm that he was holding under his arm. You know what I mean? I bumped him, bang, and the package fell on the ground. And you ain't gonna believe what it was in that package that he been carrying every day coming back from the joint, man, twice a week. Pampers. The old head had colon cancer or something like that, and he was carrying a thing of Pampers back from the medical every day, but he had it in a green like garbage bag. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't know what it was, but I'm teasing him that every day he walking out here twice a week with this big old thing, and he taking his time. When I knocked it out, it fell out the bag, and it was Pampers. I said, "Oh man, old head, what? You defecating on yourself? You can't hold your bowels now?" Yeah, I was foul. I was foul, very foul. So I'm teasing the old man, this and that. And as I'm teasing him, he go back to the unit. And the next morning I get up, he's sitting at the table, he drinking his morning coffee, and he's sitting there looking all sad. I said, "What's up, old head? Why you looking like that?" He said, "Man, let me talk to you, Unique." I said, "Well, what's up?" He said, "Man, you've been teasing me about my age. You've been teasing me about me moving slow. You tease me about me wearing my depends, they call them. You tease me about me wearing my depends. You don't knock them out my hand on the compound in front of everybody. I mean, you're going to get old one day in here too, because remember, the same judge you got was my prosecutor. So you don't realize you're going to be in here for decades until you die unless you win your case." And Ohe used to do his legal case, so he never wished me to stay in there, even though I was messing with him all the time. He said, "Unless you beat your case, you're gonna die in here, and you're gonna wind up getting old man ailments like I got." You know what I mean? I used to tell him, "I ain't gonna get no old man ailments. I'm gonna always be young. Get up out of here with that." And he said, nah, but seriously though, Unique. And he looked at me real serious. And he said, Unique, I got cancer. I didn't even know what cancer was. It was just a word. I heard it on TV and all that, but I didn't know how serious it was because I'm young. I ain't pay attention to none of that. So he said, man, I got cancer, man. You know what I mean? He said, man, I'm an old man. I'm dying. I defecate on myself at night. You know what I mean? And every morning when you say to me, you know, you made another day, old man, it just shoots me in my heart and kill my spirit. You know what I mean? And I feel like crap. You know what I mean? It made me realize how long these people had me in here. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at him and I'm like thinking like, damn, old head. You know what I mean? Who gives a crap? You know what I mean? But that's where my mentality was at. I'm not there now. Let's get it right. So I'm laughing at him still. And he's like, man, come on, Unique, man. You know, have a heart. I said, a heart? I said, dude, you from the street. You locked up for a kingpin charged by me, got prosecuted by my judge, and you telling me about a heart. Since when we got hearts and we was out there poisoning the community, running wild, doing our thing. Just keep fighting, old man, and stop blood clot crying. But that's how vicious I was, just keeping it 100. So decades go by. You understand? And then now here I go. You know what I mean? I got prostate issues. You understand what I'm saying? My PSA, they call it, you know, enlarging, and they had to monitor to make sure cancer don't come in. And I'm not even going to front, man. You know, every time I go to that hospital, I think about that old man I used to tease, and I'm like, man, karma is a B. Karma is a B. Now here it is. I'm coming up with prostate issues in my early 50s. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking all that because I was teasing an old man. But the old man looked like he was gonna cry when he told me, "Man, I got cancer, man. I'm dying. I don't know how long I'm gonna live, and you keep reminding me every morning." You know what I mean? That I made it another day, and that shit just crushed me. At the time, I didn't care about it. But you know, when you're young and you're running wild like y'all running wild out there, you don't think about these things at the time. But you know, as you get older, you know what I mean? Then you start to reminisce about the things you went by because it takes us a little longer to process what we went through to understand where we at and where we're going. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I felt bad about that. So that's why I'm keeping it 100. But like I said, all that comes from being in there and being stuck in time. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like real crazy. I just couldn't really, you know, I couldn't really forgive myself. You know what I mean? As I got older, my ailments started coming in, and now here it goes. I'm going up to medical, going out to get my prostate checked, going out to get colonoscopy. I'm going out to get all this stuff done that I never even thought about. That I teased this very old man about. I teased the old man about all of that. You know what I mean? And then that's where we at. So I couldn't even believe it. But, you know, y'all forgive me because I'm trying to forgive myself, you know, for all that I did when I was young. Because like the Bible said, don't hold a man responsible for what he don't know. Because I definitely didn't know, you know what I mean? The outcome of getting old. Because at that time, that's the last thing I'm thinking. I didn't even think I was going to live this long. I remember when I was a kid, I used to always think, damn, in the year 2000, I'm going to be 33 years old. You know what I mean? Man, that's a long time. You know, if I live that long, you know what I mean? And I kept thinking, like, when the year 2000 come, I'm going to be an old man. I'm thinking 33 is an old man. I'm talking about I'm like 13, 14, 15 at this time. And I couldn't fathom living that long. Don't forget I'm running around with the pistols. I'm selling weed. I'm selling heroin in Brooklyn with the Jamaican posse. Delroy Uzi running around. The Shower Posse running around. The 90s Posse running around. The Spanglers running around. You know what I mean? The Shower Posse running around. I mean, it was crazy. The Haitians was out doing their things. The Dominicans doing their thing. And I'm in the mix of all of that. Because I got to go cop from all these people and serve the people in the neighborhood. So I didn't think I was going to live that long. So I tried to make the best of the moment. You know what I mean? Because I was stuck in time. So I don't want you youngins to get stuck in time thinking it's cool to go selling drugs because you wind up in a situation that, like I said, is hard as hell to get out of. So don't say I didn't tell you. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. And I apologize, man, you know, for messing with. I'm even going to tell you the old man name. The old man passed and all that. And I felt bad because I asked about the old man anytime I go anywhere because he called his case down there in Norfolk, Virginia, where my case at, and he was all side of Harlem. You know what I mean? So I felt like I was a mirror effect to him. But the old man name was Haywood, man. Haywood was a good dude. Those of y'all from Virginia, you know, down Norfolk area, Tidewater area, y'all know who Haywood is, the old heads, you know. But I used to tease old Haywood, man, and you know, I felt so bad. But that's just the way it was. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, youngins, don't don't make fun of your elders. Don't wish bad on your elders because karma is a mother and it will come back to bite you because it came back to bite me where now I'm dealing with prostate issues. You understand what I'm saying? But, so, I say all that to say, man, like I said, I used to laugh at the old man for showing me his pictures in 94. You know what I mean? I felt funny showing people my pictures in 2000 because at this time now, I got a decade in. So I feel like they laughing at me when they asking to see my pictures. You know what I mean? So, that's just how time go, man. So I'm telling you, youngins, it ain't worth it, man. Whatever you're doing illegal, stop it. You don't want to wind up in prison. It's definitely not worth it. So don't say I didn't tell you, man. Make sure you cop the book of Ruin Harlem. Like this video, subscribe to this video, tell a friend to tell a friend, and show this video to a youngin so they understand that I did that. My Lord, 20 something years, damn near 30 years, I did 26 and a half years in prison because I didn't think it was that serious and that I would wind up in the situation that I wound up in, but I wound up in it. So don't say I didn't tell y'all because ain't nothing nice about this, man. All right? Rest in peace to Haywood. Mr. Haywood, I apologize. You understand what I'm saying? Forgive me because I was young for what I did not know. And, it is what it is. And I'm just blessed that my prostate is under control now and I don't have cancer, thank God, knock on wood and all of that, because my head hard as wood, you know. But I'm just telling you, youngins, man, don't do it, man. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Ain't nobody told y'all, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, it wasn't worth it. I went to the top of the totem pole, man. All them keys and cars I'm driving, women I'm with, jewelry, every goddamn thing. It ain't worth it, man. So don't say I didn't tell you. Now I'm getting ready to tap out because I just had to bring that to you, man. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, man. All right.